Alright, Noons. On the highway. How are you feeling today?
No, I'm feeling good. I'm ready for the week.
Uh-huh.
Just come off the back of a very long weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Great weekend, much needed weekend with family. Definitely was feeling burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
Burnout is a real thing in the industry because you don't have set hours. You work until you want to work, you work until you can't go any longer, and when I get home then I'm onto social media. So it's on the go non-stop. So I needed that break. So looking forward to the week.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to putting some big deals together, and let's see where it may take us.
Yeah. So how often do you take breaks? Do you allow yourself to take breaks weekly, or do you just batch it all up at the end of the month or at the end of the quarter? How do you take your breaks?
So at the stage of my life where I'm at currently, it's a lot harder to take those breaks when you have kids. So obviously with school, with them going to school, you can't just go away for 5 days. Where before, pre-kids, I used to try to go away at least every 2 months. At some point in a beautiful country, South Africa. But the place where I feel at ease, where I can actually rest, and when there's no connectivity to society and social media, is the bush. I love when there's no reception, because that's when I can actually wind down and relax, and that's where I rejuvenate. I get my energy back. So sometimes you've got to take that step back to keep pushing and moving forward. But now currently, if I can get away every 3 months, it's fine. But I do feel I'm a lot more burnt out. Being a dad, and a real dad, not just a father. I try do what I can to be there and have a great relationship with my kids. When I'm with my kids, I'm laser focused. It is difficult to feel relaxed. So I should be going away more, but it can't be the case at this point in time. I'm just trying to find that balance.
Okay.
But we get there.
And what's your process? Like when you do go on break, how long do you go? And what do you do?
Try to as little as possible, but when you have kids, you're still doing something.
Okay.
It's not a real break.
Mm-hmm.
I remember December 2021, I just had my second baby, and the gap between the two is 22 months. And my baby was literally like a month old, and it was 4 of us, so my wife and my 2 girls in one room. I ended up going home early because I'm like, this is not a holiday. I'd rather be at home and feel like I'm relaxing than be away and not actually, you know what I mean? So, I think what's good is at least 4 days, 5 days, and try take a break from everything. That's the key.
Yeah. Do you recenter and make plans during that time, or do you come back and make plans for how you're going to tackle the market?
So it depends. Obviously, every break is different. If I've got a lot going and got big deals or big developments that I'm working on, obviously I still need to kind of give some sort of attention. But even when I'm away, I'm sort of scheduling my posts so that when I'm away, posts are still being posted on my account without me physically pressing post. I schedule my things, so my business continues. And the nice thing with real estate and having a team around you is that, yes, I've got the mandate on a certain house, but if there's a call coming through, I'll always just redirect it or just divert it off to one of my colleagues, my team members, and make sure that my sellers are still getting that quality service, even though I'm not in Joburg or I'm not in the country.
Okay. All right.
Teamwork makes the dream work, guys. They say, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, you need a team.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so what I really wanted to talk to you about today was some of your most challenging deals. What stories can you think back and just run us through?
I was working on a big deal in the West Rand. It was in an estate called Silver Valley Estate. It was a big deal, and what could go wrong went wrong. It was a very challenging to get the client's bond. Once we got the bond, it was we thought it was, hey, it's done. The client needed to pay a big deposit. She was waiting for money to come in. That took a little bit longer. And what was challenging was that my seller had already moved down to the coast in Belito. And so in real estate, the normal transfer period takes about 3 months. And with this particular transfer, it took about 9 or 10 months to actually go through. So he was incurring rental on that side because he thought the deal was going to go through within that 2.5 to 3 month period. So he had a house sitting in Joburg, and then he had that rental that rental that he was paying because he hadn't found a house yet in Belito to actually purchase. So it was very stressful from the seller side, getting that call, what is happening? And also the buyer didn't sort of stick to the deal in terms of when she'll be paying, because she was obviously waiting on another party to actually get the money. So that took quite some time. Anyway, she started paying it off. But then what happened in the interim was that the client was flagged by SARS.
Ooh.
So SARS appointed the transferring attorneys as an agent to collect the money to pay SARS. So now there was a shortfall in the deal. So what could go wrong did go wrong. Anyways, we ended up coming up with a payment plan. We ended up restructuring the deal, where we sort of came to the party and said, with our commission, which a lot of agents won't do, but to create and save the deal, we used our commission to cover a shortfall. The purchaser signed an acknowledgement of debt, an AOD, with the transferring attorneys. She held up her end of the deal. After the property had registered, she paid, and we had a happy buyer, happy seller, happy agents. And now recreated a new sort of level within the estate for what properties could actually go for. So it was very challenging. Every time I saw my wholesaler phoning, I didn't want to answer the phone call. And then also with the buyer, it was just continuous stress. But after 10 hard months of not knowing where the deal is, we thought it was dead in the water. It was like trying to resuscitate a rock. But we got the deal over the line, and and now I've got a good relationship with both seller and buyers. Every now and then, just check in with them. I will be paying the seller a visit when I go down to Belito. I was supposed to see them in December. It will still happen, because you create relationships with your clients. It's not just about the money. It's more than just the money. You got to focus on the longevity of your career, of your clients, the relationships, because those relationships will ultimately lead to referrals. If you do good business, good business will speak for itself, and your clients will actually refer you. So it's important to always do the right thing, do deals above the belt, make sure it's nothing illegal, all positivity will be attracted and will go in your favor, and things will work out the way you want it to work out.
So from that one deal, what do you think you could have done differently, or could have been done differently by either party to expedite the process?
Not much could be done. So we basically did everything in our power to get the deal over the line. We're also dealing with a council that was extremely slow to get rates clearance certificates. That's out of your control. There's nothing you can do. I think we waited for about 4 months to actually get the rates clearance figures as well as the certificate, but it's just continuous pressure. One thing that I did learn from the deal is that no matter the news, good or bad, always be honest with your clients. Let them know, look, we do have a challenge, there is a hurdle in the way, but I'm going to do my absolute best to find a solution, because that's what we are. We find solutions to problems, and that's the difference between the great agents and the agents that will always be average. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, your seller's going to shout at you, and he's not shouting at you, he's just obviously frustrated because we're dealing with people's families. It's their home, it's their roof over their head. And if you don't plan things properly, there could be a lot of costs that get incurred, and it becomes extremely stressful. So answer your phone when you see your clients, unless you obviously have a good reason you might be in an appointment. But yeah, it was a real learning curve to whether it's bad news or good news. No news is just not the right way to go. So good or bad, it's always better than no news at all.
Okay. All right. With that said, what should people look out for on your channel in the next coming days and weeks?
Obviously, I want to go more in the video space, more personal. I want to go more in terms of videos. I want to go live. So if I make a mistake, I make a mistake. I'm human. I'm real. So that's definitely the space I want to explore. I did my first live video on Facebook this past weekend, and I enjoyed it. It was just a minute or two of speaking about helping a small business where I thought, they're doing a really good thing. And then in the background, I said, look, I've got a house, because I was in the house that I'm currently selling, and it's all tied up quite nicely. But yeah, definitely I want to go for more live videos. The thing is, when you can see a photo of a house, but when you see the eyes of someone explaining it and describing it and the way you move, you bring the home to life. So I think video is super important, especially with where social media is going. If you're not in that space or heading towards that space, you're going to become a dinosaur. And obviously, great homes that we have in our country. It doesn't have to be the cream of the crop luxury deluxe. It must just be something that, it's obviously the high end, but also to homes where the average person on the street can afford. I want them to know that it's like, if someone phones me, I don't want them to think, you probably won't even look at selling my house because it's too much on the high end, or too much on the low end of what you're used to. I don't want people to think of me that I'm not going to help them because they're not at a certain level in their careers or in society. So I want to help everyone. I'm here. If you're in Joburg, I'm your guy. Let's go.
And then any specific properties that people can look out for that are going to be up soon on your page?
So yes, we're on our way to go shoot at a property that's in Glen Vista. It's in a Boomdorf Street, blue ribbon address. I'm looking forward to it. It's on the market for 3 million rand. I do have a subject to offer that's literally just come in, so that means it's a very good buy, guys, but you'll see it in the next video. I'm going to be shooting in Serengeti this coming week. Looking forward to that. Hopefully the tenants keep the place in good nick and nice and tidy, or else you won't see it. And then I've got a beautiful home in the Eye of Africa that I'll be shooting. I think it's going to go viral. as well as an unbelievable home, ultra modern. It's completely a home from the future, and that's in Hurlingham. That's going to be coming to you real soon. So we're going to be arriving very shortly at our listing, at our virtual tour. And thank you for your time, and I'll be seeing you for the next vlog in my ride. Cheers guys, catch you on the flip side.